There you go. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Just for today, I'm gonna be your English teacher. So,
Thank you.
yes, welcome to our class. Jeff told me that the class is only speaking practice, right?
Yes, in some cases we have grammatical classes.
Grammar ones. Okay, good.
Yes, but the most of the time we just talking.
Okay, good then. It's like more talking and then speaking at the same time, because also when you say talking, it's like talking on the phone, and speaking is
Okay.
more that the action that we are doing right now. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I had
Telling or speaking.
exactly. Telling is more than a report speech. Yes, speaking. That's the difference. For example, you can speak languages, you can speak with to other people. Also, speak is more specific, and then tell is like, for example, Juzbel always tell the truth. For example, Robert tells John that he is working in the government, for example. Okay, so it's like more in third person. That is like used the most of the time for report speech. So that's the difference, But all of them means the same. The way we
Great.
use them is the difference,
Great.
Okay, so as is our first class, now I introduce myself. I already introduced myself. I also want to clarify that I've been teaching more than 10 years. So that's a little bit of more experience. So at the same time, I'm an accounting. That's my degree. So it's the perfect match here in Chile. So I want to hear you. I want to know more about you.
I'm Robert. I studied in Venezuela from since 10 years or 9 years, around 9 years ago. I studied English in a institute. The name is the Language College. It is where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela too.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Do you have personal classes?
Yeah. If I have, I teach.
Yes.
Yeah, I teach personal classes.
Great. Okay. I studied, as I told you, in the language college, but since around 9 years ago, and I never practiced it. And the idea in take classes again is to practice, refresh my knowledge, and don't forget the grammatical rules. I have forgotten a lot of grammatical rules, but I'm here practicing, learning again, because I feel that in some cases I feel weak with my language. No, I'm working in a American company.
In an American what?
Company.
A company. Good.
Yes, and some coworkers are from Canada, and other from USA, and I would like to talk with them with more fluency. and feel more comfortable when I'm speaking or when I'm telling with them. Feel more secure when I'm talking with them, and practice improve my language. Improve myself.
In order to, okay, good to know. So that's an advantage. Now we're working now with a person who, I don't know, but the most of the times in your work you need to speak everything in English, right? Everything from your
No,
coworkers, or just a couple of meetings that are in other foreign language? Just a
yes,
couple of meetings.
it's occasional, né?
Occasionally.
It's occasionally. My boss is living Brazil.
He's living in Brazil.
Living in Brazil, and in some cases I talk with her in Portuguese.
Talk to her.
Yeah, talk to her in Portuguese. Yes. I'm Italian Portuguese also.
Good.
And but I thought, a pesar
Beside of
de
and
beside
go
of
to. Además de eso.
beside of my communication normally are in Spanish, is in Spanish or Portuguese. In some cases, I could have meetings in English, just in English, because our how can I say casa matriz?
That's also we said hub, HUB, hub.
Could you write
yes,
it?
I'm gonna write it down. Also, just give me a second, because for example, at the beginning of the conversation, you said, like, you were talking about how long you've been since the first time you start learning English. Remember, you said like since, and then you say around. Okay, so when you use since, Robert, you have to give a specific date, since 2001. Okay, or a specific time. And if you want to talk about ago, it's like, okay, I've been learning English since 9 years ago. Sorry, I've been learning English for 9 years. You can use for too. I've been learning English for 9 years. And ago is like, I studied English 9 years ago. Okay, different ones. Since a specific date. For, if you start learning that. Okay, I've been teaching English for 14 years, for example. Okay, in specific time, since 2006, for example, I've been doing this. Okay, like a comparison. So the most of the time, and also you said, I have spoken or practiced, I said something like that. I have spoke, you use the present perfect to talk about experience. If it's something that already passed, it's past, okay? When you use that, the present perfect is for experience. I've been working in this company, blah, 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 for example. Or I've worked in that company for or since in the time, okay? You got two tenses, and then you can combine them and explain the difference, you know? That's the difference, okay? So be careful with that. Also, you say, it's like Canada and US. Okay, also if you say USA, that's okay too, but US is like, sounds much better. Okay, you said that you can feel more secure and confident. That's another word that you can add to your vocabulary, like confident. Okay, when you say, when I talk with them, it's like when I talk to them. Okay, with is more like company, different. It's like when I talk to her, cuando yo hablo con ella, it's like an action. Okay, when I talk to. Okay, be careful with that. Also, you say although And there's another one, although a pesar although, and let me think about in another one, but also you can use that. What else is the other correct? Yeah, because I'm like here typing all the mistakes and then I will send that to you. And also let me send you the hub. This like the casa matriz hub. Speaking since I teach personal classes, since around the grammar, you say like grammatical. It's like more grammar. I'm here for practicing. You have to use the present continuous, and after you use for, the verb has to be in gerund. Okay, I'm here for doing, studying. Everything has to be in gerund form. Okay, I already correct here. Canada, US, confident, talking with them. It's like talk to them. When I'm talking to them in order to, okay, for example, when you are planning doing something, you know, I'm here in order to improve all the knowledge I already have, for example. Con miras a, con el fin de, ok, in order to, es como con la finalidad de, ok, y le da como un touch, more knowledge, ok, el although en el hub, que es como
It is
la
a
frase normal.
phrasal verb in order to?
In order to,
Or no?
No, it's a preposition also.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, phrasal
Great.
verbs, moral verbs are different ones, okay? Yeah, but that's the pause I want to make now, because I want just to show you how are we now advancing, okay? How can we move forward? Okay, you were asking me the hub. Also, it depends on the company, you know. Let me see here also if there are another synonyms, but also you can find that it's like a casa matriz. Okay, so hub, HUB. I don't know if your company had another a lot of terms that are only in English, because also there are a lot of companies when they are the most of the time using the terms in English. I don't know. Let me see. For example, also when you got meetings, it's like people hub. It's like the specific people who are working directly in that casa matriz. Let me see. Okay, you were saying, yeah, because it's not. Also, you can use it's like the headquarters also.
Headquarters.
Headquarters. Let me write it down. Headquarters. It depends of a company. But if you heard hub, you can understand that from headquarter as headquarter too. Okay. Okay, so you were telling me that your boss is a woman and she's a Brazilian woman, right?
Yes.
Okay, and how many languages do you speak beside of Portuguese? How advanced are you at Portuguese?
Could you repeat, please, the questions?
Yes.
The question?
Yes. How advanced are you in Portuguese? How good are you at?
I don't know, because it is particular formación.
Ah, is it like a personal?
Yeah.
Like a personal improvement?
No, I have a teacher, but it's a personal teacher.
You are learning now Portuguese too.
Exactly, because isn't formal education.
Okay.
I'm not in an institute.
You're not in an institute. It's
No,
it's informal one.
So because we have our program. We have a yes, a program where we have a grammar. We have a grammar part, and we practice also and the pronunciations and isn't informal, but tampoco, but either is a formal university or formal education with a institute.
Okay.
You know,
Yes, I totally
it's the
agree with
same
you.
that I'm doing with the language English.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
When you
studying with a personal teacher.
okay, I thought because I thought that you were saying something like with informal education. You
Yeah,
said that, right?
could be informal, but I don't know if it's informal.
I don't think so. I don't
It
think it's
is a
informal.
formal
Yeah, I
education,
agree.
but
Exactly.
I'm not studying with the institute.
Okay, I get your point. Maybe you don't get a certificate from that place, but
No,
you're
because
learning all the rules. So that's the idea.
exactly,
Okay.
because here in Chile isn't in my career. I'm a administrator. I'm a financial supervisor.
Management. Okay.
Yeah, in my career isn't necessary to have a certificate. You just have show
Have to
that
show.
you know
You just have to
that,
show. You just have to prove.
yeah, you have to prove that you know. If
Exactly.
if you have a certificate uh, as a advanced Portuguese speaker
Mm-hmm.
and you don't speak, isn't important.
Exactly.
Your
Isn't
certificate
relevant. It's not relevant.
isn't relevant. Isn't
Exactly.
relevant if you have a advanced certificate but you don't speak. For example,
It's like the
if
proof
you if
is once you start speaking, right?
exactly, and how is your desenvolvimiento?
Development, el desenvolvimiento.
How is your development in the area? You know,
Okay.
and for this reason, and because I consider, and also because I consider that the personal education is more effective, and is more flexible,
Flexible.
is more flexible.
Mhm.
I decide to study with a personal teacher.
Good. One thing I want to clarify, you said like so is,
Mm,
for example, when you feel, do you feel secure? For example, yeah, well, so is like that, the way you are going to use, but it's like more and less, it depends. What you said is like more and less, okay? What you were trying to say
mm,
is like more or less, because you're talking about, I think that you were saying how advanced you were, something like that. So the more
mm,
in this part is like more and less. So is not, it
mm.
doesn't sound good, okay? It's not going to be used in that way. And you said like
Great.
it's not an informal either. You have to use the article only when you want to finish. It's not an informal event or and then the adjective, okay? But here either is at the end, okay? You said like tampoco. I think that you were trying to say tampoco. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
informal either. Como que no es tampoco informal. So it's not informal either, okay?
Al final,
So
at the end.
yes, at the end, and also without the article, okay? Because the article is going to use then the adjective and the adverb, okay? If it's good, long, okay? The adverb of manner, for example. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, yeah, I totally agree with that. It's like, okay, you can say that, or also you can show that all the background you have, all the certificate, the quantity of certificates, but the only thing that you can use also to prove that you already have a knowledge in languages is start speaking.
Yes.
And the face-to-face is when you said like you want to be more formal. Yeah, I agree with you too, but I want to ask you how long how long you've been taking classes in this way, or is this the first time, or how long you've been using this technique as face-to-face with a face-to-face teacher? Is new?
No, since 3 months.
3 months ago.
Yeah,
Okay,
3
or
months ago.
if it's 3 months, it's like I started 3 months ago. That was in February, maybe March, January.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay, you can
could
say
be.
that since February.
I don't remember exactly, but
Since
I think
February, or at the beginning
yeah.
of February, or at the middle of February, or at the
Yes.
end of February. You can use that expressions too when you're not sure
Okay.
about a specific date.
Mm. Yes, since February,
Okay.
since 3 months ago.
And why do you think it's more efficient to work in this way, like to learn a language in this way? Why do you think it's more efficient?
Mm, because if you have a schedule,
Schedule.
um, a
Mhm.
schedule, if
Mhm.
you have a schedule where you have a lot of activities during the day,
Mhm.
you can coordinate.
Set up or coordinate, yeah. Set up or
set
say.
up set
Mhm.
up with your personal teacher.
Mhm.
What is the horario?
The schedule.
What is the schedule that you have available to study? And the
Ah,
days
what's
that
your
that
availability?
what
What's your availability?
what's your availability?
Li- Just let me spell it for you. Availability. Availability. Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And for example, for me, could be so difficult to study in with a university schedule. A schedule, a schedule,
Schedule.
a schedule, a
Schedule.
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 Because when you have non-personal schedule, you could adapt to it.
Mhm.
But in this modality,
In this,
modality,
okay, yeah, or in this
this
way.
modality,
Mhm.
you can uh, coordinate with your teacher, uh, which is the time that you are more free.
Okay, it's like, what's the best time that works for you? ¿Qué es lo que mejor funciona
Exactly.
para ti? What's the best time that
Yes.
works for you?
Exactly.
It's according to your availability and your teacher's
Exactly.
availability too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, it's according to one, two, blah, blah, blah. Also, you say to, oh, you said, oh, you use a word. It's like you can use like from my experience or in my case. Okay. Also, that shows that you have more vocabulary. Okay. The
Okay.
idea is like
Oh,
you said, it's like maybe you know the words, but sometimes you just forget it how to use them. Okay. And it's like to
okay.
me, you say like to me works like it. I don't know what you were saying. If to me it's like okay, in my case or in my personal experience, I can, and then you start explaining the reason. Okay.
Great.
And your point. Good. Yeah, I agree. I think it's like, how do you handle your time? And also, it's like, as I imagine, you have a specific schedule for, it's like your job, your work schedule. There's a specific time during the day, and this is like the best time that works for you, right?
Exactly. For example, today, the best hour to study it's from 8 p.m.
Mhm.
until 9 p.m.
Okay.
But
Remember,
on Friday,
let me tell you something. The best time, for example,
mm-hmm,
the best time to me is, remember when you're talking about time or period of time, it's like
mm-hmm,
let me look, yeah, it's from
mm-hmm,
8 p.m to
mm.
9 p.m, for example.
Tenth is just for date, fechas.
Give me a second.
Since
What?
since is just for
Specific,
date,
yes,
fechas.
specific, yes.
Ah,
Or
ah,
also for a period of time. Since I was a child,
ah.
I learned how to swim, for example, like a specific
Okay,
period of your time,
okay.
of your life, sorry, period of your life. For example, let me type here. For
In
example,
other cases, it's better to use from.
when you have a specific times, from this time to this time, according to hours, okay? Because
Mhm.
the best hour that, no, okay, hours more informal. Let me write it
Okay.
down here for you. Just said, let me rewrite it. It's like, for example, on Monday, the best time to me is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can add also from, for example, on Monday, the best time that works for me, or sorry, the best time for the class is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And on Friday, the best time for me is from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. because normally on Friday I got out or yeah, I get out to my job. Salgo de mi trabajo o
Ah,
termino de
yes,
trabajar.
I finish my work, or
I finish
I
my
finish
work.
my work. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I finish. Normally on Friday, I
Mm-hmm.
finish my work early,
Earlier, más
earlier,
temprano.
exactly,
That's a
exactly,
comparison.
earlier, and I finish my work um at 6 p.m. normally, and after that, I'm free. I'm free, and I like to study. For example, on Friday, from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. And if I if I if I had been si estuviera if I had been
What do you want to say? And then I can help
if
you
I
out.
had been in a normal school or a normal university or institute,
You can set, give me a second. You can set like, if I studied, si yo estudiara, if I studied in
if
a
I studied
in a regular institute.
regular
Okay.
institute,
Thursdays.
I don't believe
I
that
don't think. I don't
I
think.
don't think that it was possible. or
Okay,
it will be possible
that will be
or will
possible.
possible.
That will
Yeah.
be possible.
For
We
example, on Wednesday
on
and
Wednesday.
Saturday, on Wednesday and on Saturdays, I study Portuguese,
Mm.
and I study in 7 a.m. twice a week.
And that's on Wednesday and on Saturday.
Yes, yes, at 7 a.m. And you know, if you live in Chile, you know that it is impossible here in Chile to study at 7 a.m. Is weird to
It's hard to believe.
yeah, it's hard to believe, and it's weird to find institute that works at start work at 7 a.m.
Start working at 7 a.m. But do you know what? I think it depends on the institute, because if you ask me, when I start teaching here in Chile, I had to go to the Edentel Tower downtown, and then this guy started working at 8 a.m. So
8,
a.m. Yeah, he started working at that time
8,
because it
8.
was a flexible time. So he
Mm,
asked me, "Can you come really early in the morning because I start working at 8 a.m." So the best
mm,
time that it works for me. I don't know if you would agree, but I can start our classes at 7 a.m. So we can
mm.
have our class from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. But don't ask me what time do I have to wake up at that at that time so I can be on time teaching English. I remember there were only the maintenance people or the maintenance team were doing all the things. They were cleaning and all this and the good thing and the advantage, it was like I could drink at that time fresh coffee. So yeah, there were
Okay.
people serving no food, but they were serving coffee, tea. They were offering you many things. But yeah, it's not that common to see an institute that can give you that possibility to have the class since really early in the morning.
Yeah, and with your self uh, is schedule. I forget
Schedule, don't worry,
schedule,
schedule. Hmm.
schedule, and with yourself schedule.
It's like with your own time, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally, you have or you could to
You are
adapt
the one
to
who
the
has to adapt. Okay, I get your point.
exactly. Mm,
Okay. Well, actually, it depends. That's why I'm telling you.
mm,
But yeah, also when you said that, I don't know if you got that experience too. For us as foreign people, as
mm.
foreigners, yeah, it's not common when you came here and once you got here and they said, yeah, we start working at 9 in the morning. For us, it's like, are you kidding me? 9 a.m.
Mm.
Because we are getting used to start working really early in the morning. And why is that? Because we don't have any seasons in our country. So here it's pretty much like that. It depends also, it's getting dark, um we are in like in autumn here, or in the fall, or we are in winter. it we are getting start sorry we starting and getting dark really early in the afternoon. Also they say afternoon, and for us it's like evening. So there are
Mm.
many things. It depends of the culture, or in our case, from our culture is different from here. So that's why for
Yes,
us, yeah, it's hard to believe that people start working at 9 a.m.
yes, yes. And I don't know if you have the same condition
Mhm.
than me, but I like to get up early and go to the bed early.
I think, yeah, I think it's matter of age and it's matter of responsibility too. Because as we have to wake up really early in the morning for us to be awake till really late in the night, for us it's like, oh my god, no, because tomorrow I have to wake up really early. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's like a waste of time. I'm wasting hours of sleeping. So for me, it's better
Mm.
if I go to bed really early. Of course, if that's during the week. If we are about to start the weekend, totally different. But I'm not getting used to stay out really late at nights during the weekend because, as you said, it's like a custom of us. It's something that it came with us. I don't know. It's like also a specific clock that we have, the biologic time that it comes with us. And then it's like, oh my God, even though if we are on a Saturday, and you said 7 in the morning, for me it's normal to start studying at 7 in the morning. Also, I teach English for children in the morning on Saturdays. It's like really
Mm.
common to us. So here it's like, no way, are you kidding me? Yeah, but the most of my students are foreign, so that's why. And it early. The earlier I can is better, and it works the best for them too. So they can spend the
Exactly.
rest of the day doing other things, like your case. You said that early in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning on Saturdays is the time you spend for learning Portuguese, right?
Yes. I think that I am more productive
Mm-hmm.
in the mornings.
You are like morning. Yeah. Also, there's people that works differently, right? They work better. They work better at night.
Yes, yes. I don't like so much to work at night. Just if it's necessary, absolutely necessary. I work a lot of hours at night. When I'm in a billing cycle, cierre,
Oh, okay.
when I am in a billing cycle, I work a lot of work at night. Um,
Extra time, right?
yeah, extra time until I don't know 10 p.m., 11 p.m. could be, but just in a billing cycle. But
That's
the rest of the month, I like to go to the bed at 9 and
9
half.
9.5. Good.
Nine and a
Uh,
half.
Robert, I got a question
Same.
for you because, well, actually, I'm using now Zoom, and of course, it's not like an entire hour. It says that we have less than 1 minute. I don't know how Jeff handled this, if they already send you another invite or how it works. Can you tell me a little about this?
I don't know. My class.
Only 40 minutes?
No, my class have
60 minutes?
1 hour duration.
Yes. So I
Yes,
have
because
to send you another invite or can we connect from the same link?
I don't know
How do
because
you do that with Jeff?
by WhatsApp. I think I don't remember. Uh,